So if you're someone who has an appetite for riskier stocks that have an insane amount of upside, look no further than NexTech AR Solutions. And look, I'm just being honest, this is one of those stocks that has been beaten down over the last year. And yes, it could still fall further. However, the reason I'm talking about this stock is because I personally like it, and I think they have a very interesting business model that has some good potential for growth alongside the growth trajectory of the virtual and augmented reality sectors. And remember, all this metaverse and augmented reality technology is still extremely young. However, over the coming decades, I think we're truly going to start to see who the leaders in this space will be, aside from Meta, of course. So as usual, I'm looking at this stock as a long-term speculative hold with some exposure to the augmented reality space. So in this video, I'm going to get into the major upgrade with NexTech's events platform, as well as another interesting thing that can be done with their software that I honestly find to be a much more practical use that could be a serious revenue stream for them. But before I get into it, if you like me covering stocks like this and enjoy my thoughts, I try to keep these videos as light and as entertaining as possible. So make sure you hit that fucking subscribe button and smash that notification bell. I want you to smash that subscribe button so fucking hard that the notification bell won't even recognize that button anymore. So with that, let's check it out. NexTech AR launches major 3D metaverse upgrade to its events platform. So while the primary focus of NexTech is to create an upgrade to the e-commerce shopping experience, they also have their hand in wanting to upgrade virtual events. Immersive virtual events are what NexTech is aiming for. Essentially, they're bringing augmented reality content into a digital experience platform. So if you're a company and want to bring another level of immersion into your presentation that you're streaming, NexTech is offering a solution. So by using a green screen, companies will be able to load in pre-built stages with the pre-rendered AR content that they want to show off. So one way to actually bring AR in is to do what's called an overlay, where you can remove the white background from the shoes and display it as a 3D rotating object that gives a nice illusion of popping off the screen. And if that's not cool enough, and you want to do something more grandiose, you can also implement a motion version, where the object is blown up and front and center. So this is all fine and good, but here's where things really get taken up to another level. Part of the fun of AR is that users should be able to interact with these objects, and that's where QR codes come in. At any time during the presentation, a QR code can be shown so that the viewers at home can scan it with their smartphones, which will bring an AR copy of the object into the person's view, where they'll be free to move it and zoom in to see all the details of basically any object you want. And get this, maybe you're thinking, okay, this is cool, but the green screen seems a bit much, and not every company is going to want to go that route, especially if they already have a physical stage they want to use. And the solution for this is simple. Presenters can use their normal stage as you would, but will still be able to give viewers at home access to the products by being able to flash that same QR code I mentioned in one of their slides. This way, no fancy green screen is needed. You can view the normal presentation while also having access to some cool and interesting AR content. Now, for the digital events platform itself, another really cool feature that they've implemented into these digital booths is the ability to showcase a library of items. So if you're a company like Nike, since sneakers are being used in the examples here, this is where the platform really becomes interesting, because you can easily showcase all of your new sneaker models from the carousel that you see here, where everyone gets access to the QR codes. And let's say you're someone who doesn't have a smartphone to access the AR content. Well, NexTech thought of something for those people as well. They'll be able to click the 360 button so that they can spin and inspect the 3D models too. And even though small items like shoes are being used here, NexTech also showcased the ability to be able to scan in larger objects like cars, which I can see as being a cool way to show off all those crazy concept cars that never actually end up being built. And lastly, we know that NexTech is a company focused on bringing augmented reality content to e-commerce. But another really cool point brought up in this recent update video was the ability to utilize NexTech's ad network so that you can bring that same kind of AR content to ad banners on any website. And the object in the ads can actually be rotated by the user being served the ads on the client side. And if I'm being honest, I think this is a cool and more practical application of the technology than the digital events, because not every company is going to be holding presentations like this. However, I think there's a greater number of companies, big or small, that want to optimize ad revenue to drive sales. That's just a basic part of online marketing that's extremely relevant today. And not only would these kinds of ads add an interesting wow factor to whatever product is being showcased, but like I mentioned, the user can even interact with the 3D model by hovering their cursor over the object without ever having to click on the ad to be redirected off-site to spin the shoe model. But overall, I'd say this is a really cool feature, with the ad network being the most exciting part for me. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I think of the future of digital marketing and ads, this is what I see. I know it's not really common yet, but mark my words, serving interactable ads to people is a concept that is definitely going to catch on. I just think the main question right now is when. And with the metaverse seemingly right around the corner, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how NexTech performs, both with their stock and the company itself. But I have faith in the team over there, because even though this technology is still early, relatively speaking, the effect on driving sales with this kind of software in the near future is going to be huge. And with all that being said, I'm going to close out the video here. Let me know what you guys think about NexTech, and I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on these new upgrades. And yeah, thank you everyone, and I'll catch you next time.